Good evening, fellow classmate. Good evening, professor. This is Essivi. Unfortunately, I can't get two adults. I only have one adult as my audience, and it's no one other than my better half. He's gonna introduce himself as my audience.
Hello, class and professor. My name is Komivi Ajoyi. I will be here, audience.
Thank you, Mr. Ajuri. Today I'll be talking about education in Africa. Education is something Africa is facing. Africa has the youngest population on the planet, the youngest population on the richest continent with the worst living condition of anybody on the planet. This condition could be broken only through education. We have to make sure every young child, boys and girls, have access to education so they cannot be left out. Not only having access to education, but an education that could allow them to be able to address the challenges of the 21st century. The two main objectives are access to education and the quality of the education that could allow them to survive. According to Vin Fleet, it is unfortunate that Africa nearly have 128 million school-aged children. 17 million will never attend school. Perhaps even more shocking that the fact that another 37 million African children will learn so little while they are in school that they will not be much better than those kids who never attend school. Therefore, the prognosis of Africa's future economic growth and the social development is poor. According to UNESCO, all the region of the sub-Saharan Africa has the highest rates of education exclusion. Over one-fifth of children between age 6 and 11 are out of school, followed by one-third of the youth between age 12 and 14. Almost 60% of the youth age 15-17 are not in school. In Togo, for the past 5 years, over 150 Togolese students were unable to transition from middle school to high school, all because of money. Many of them are fully qualified, but their parents are unable to support their high education. Wouldn't it be nice if the public school made itself free for all the students so they can have access to the quality of the education that will prepare this young population for the life of the 21st century? We all know that great materials such as science, technology, engineering, mathematics are the way for a great future. We have seen that on development on the economy in Asia, Korea, Japan, that's the way they use to forward and make that transition from poor to prosperity. How this quality of education can be financed. Africa cannot depend on other people to finance the education. It's not like we are not grateful for all those important and noble people who have committed themselves to help the education in Africa. Only if Africans can stop going over the economy policy of other continents, because Africa will suffer if those policies change. But if we make the policy for ourselves at all times, we will be in control for our own needs. Is the money available in the continent? Yes, it is. Only if we eliminate corruption, organize ourselves to have more intelligent arrangement for our own people who want to exploit our resources in order to have a balanced contract and finance. We need to prevent the flight out of capital of our continent. For the past 10 years, almost every year, there is a capital flight out of Africa, about 60 billion US dollars into illicit means. Can you imagine what those million can do for this continent? If only we have our eyes open, not on complicit in those illicit means commission. What will mean or do for our continent to be able to move forward. Our challenge is how to organize ourselves to make sure the wealth of the great continent be used on behalf of the continent. If we were able to close all those doors, our education can be financed by ourselves and we can be a great resource for others. We must get our mindset up because we all need to be financially independent. Thank you and have a blessed evening. Mr. Ajoy, do you have any question for me?
No, thank you so much. And it's really exactly what's going on back home in Africa. So thank you.
You're welcome. Have a blessed evening. Thank you.